DeSean Jackson and the Redskins agreed to a 3-year deal worth $24 million, 16 of that guaranteed. Joining us on the phone right now is his new teammate, Redskins corner, DeAngelo Hall. DeAngelo, thank you for being here.
No problem, anytime.
Okay, so look, last week, before we knew where DeSean was going, you were quoted as saying that you would take him under your wing and put him on the right path, mentor him in essence. Your reaction to him being on the squad?
I'm excited. I'm extremely excited. Not only do I not have to, face him twice a year, but I get to add a player of his caliber on my football team to help us win games, and I've seen him, do it plenty times to other people and us as well. So I can't wait for him to be, fighting for us now.
DeAngelo, Stephen A. Smith here. Got to ask you, what was his attitude like when you met with him, when you talked to him, considering all the stuff that he's been going through the last few days in terms of what has been circulated in the media? And you know what I'm talking about. What was his attitude like?
He had a great mindset. I think that's what, our coaches and all that wanted to gauge was just, where he was mentally. Was he going to be this angry guy, this angry kid who just couldn't believe it and how dare anyone do anything like that to him? Or was he going to be a humble kid and, hey, I've made mistakes in the past. I want to do better. I want to do better. I want to learn from those things. And that's the kid we saw. That's the kid we saw. That's the kid we got a chance to sit down and talk to and meet with and have dinner with and, sit down and talk about the playbook and how we envisioned him, on his football team. And, we had questions, anything he had, any questions he had, he asked us, and, vice versa. We had some questions as well.
Hey, DeAngelo, it's Skip. Help us out here. What did you make of the apparent gang sign that DeSean threw up in your face during the Monday night opener last season?
To be truthfully honest, I didn't even know what it was. I've never seen it before. So, for me, I didn't know what it was. Still to this day, don't really even know what it was. I saw a couple pictures, that kind of surfaced, over the last couple of days as far as on, Twitter and things like that. But, it is what it is. A lot of people throw up signs and, make different hand gestures. Doesn't mean anything.
Stephen A.
DeAngelo, I'm sorry. DeAngelo, now we look at this team right now. He's a member of your team. Skip and I just finished debating about RG3 and how I basically heard that RG3 was instrumental in helping get DeSean Jackson on board. What did you make of that? Do you like the fact that your quarterback stepped out front and center and was unapologetic about the fact that he wanted DeSean Jackson as his teammate?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime you got the quarterback of your football team that's a catalyst for a guy, that holds some weight. And, RG had a chance to meet with DeSean in L.A. before, he actually came out to D.C. and, he left that meeting, feeling good about having him, part of his football team. And, like I said, had a lot of the coaches talk to me, a lot of the, YGM and, other guys talk to me about him. And, I had nothing but great things to say about the kid because, like I said, I just see so much of myself in him. Mm-hmm. And, I just want to see him do the right thing. I want to see him do the right thing. I want to see him keep getting better as a person and, keep doing what he has to do off the field to be a good role model. Go ahead.
DeAngelo, when you say you see so much of yourself in him, be specific. What do you mean by that?
Just when I got in the league, man, I like to, I came in the league at 20 years old in Atlanta. Obviously, the hip-hop scene was huge at that time from the same area with Allen Iverson. So we all kind of grew up with that same mold that hip-hop was kind of who we were, you know what I mean? And I think it gets kind of misleading from time to time because a lot of people see us with all the tattoos and, necklaces on and, where we come from, and they just automatically assume, something of that person. And, I had a stigma going with me for a long time. I'm 11 years in the league, and I still have a stigma about myself. So, at the end of the day, everybody has to be their own person. We have to grow, we have to learn, we have to mature. And, I'm no different than anybody else, and, I feel the same way about him. I feel like, he's made mistakes, but, he's learned from those things, and, he's willing to be better about it. And, anytime you got a guy who can admit that, that's a positive step in the right direction.
So, DeAngelo, take us back onto the football field. You mentioned that you like the fact that you will not have to cover DeSean twice a year now. Explain to us why he is such a tough cover for you.
You know what, man? At the end of the day, in this league, speed kills. I think we all know that. And anytime you got a guy like him who anytime he gets the ball in his hands, he can take it the distance. It is just, it's a nightmare for a defensive back. And, he just has an uncanny ability to avoid you at the line of scrimmage. And at the end of the day, he's going to strike up the band. He is running 4-2 down that field, and it's just hard to cover. It's hard to cover. And you add that to the fact that we have Pierre Garçon on the other side who led the league in catches, Alfred Morris, our young tight end, Jordan Reed, brought in Roberts from Arizona. RG's still a guy who can throw the ball and run the ball, so that's another threat out there. I just think it makes us so much dangerous for teams to try to match up with us. If you put 8 in the box and you make a corner cover him all day, that's going to be a long day for that corner. And if you try to put help over the top, then the run game opens up, play action. It's just so much things we can do with adding him to this football team that that has all of us excited.
All right. DeAngelo Hall, you did a great job. Thank you for joining us. We'll definitely check Instagram for the DeSean Jackson Welcome to D.C. party, right?
I don't know if we're going to have another party. We got to stay out of trouble right now.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. All right, take it easy. Good luck this season coming up.
Speak for yourself.
Right,
I wouldn't have minded the party wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah, come on. All right, enough. Stephen A.